JD Vance is somewhat attacked, at least verbally attacked in Washington, D.C. We have a new Trump and Macron hot mic from just the other day. And then also the German Chancellor clashes with Trump when discussing a ceasefire between Putin and Ukraine. So there's a lot to take a look at in this video. I hope you do stick around for the full thing. And before we get into it, I just ask that you like and subscribe to this channel. Without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with this crazy attack on JD Vance.
Fuck you, Pete. Fucking Nazis.
Whoa. What's going on there? Wow. Big tough guy. Big tough guy from a distance. Oh, that's kind of crazy. It's always the left that screams like that, just at the top of their lungs, like they can't control their freaking emotions. Oh my goodness. And now we got to take a look at this weird hot mic between Trump and Macron that's kind of breaking the internet right now.
Little tan, you good? Ah, great.
Thank you for being on. Yeah, I think so.
Set up a tri-line unit. So.
I'm willing on.
I think he wants to make a deal for me. You understand that? As crazy as it sounds. Hey, sit down. Sit down, everybody.
It's kind of funny because behind closed doors, when they feel like there's no microphones, people are like, other world leaders are pretty nice to Trump. Like, people respect Trump and respect what he's doing. But in front of the cameras, people throw on these little, tantrums, or they throw on this little charade to try and make Trump look bad. And 9 times out of 10, it backfires. Just like the one we're about to watch, where the German chancellor is sitting at a round table with other world leaders, including Zelensky, Macron, England, and I think Italy is also here. And they really try to ridicule Trump, and it doesn't work the way he thinks it does.
If we play this well, we could end this. And we have to end this. We have to stop the killing. We have to stop the destruction of Ukraine's infrastructure. It is a terrible war. So I'm really excited. And let's make the best out of today and make sure that from today onwards, we get this thing to an end as soon as possible. I really want to thank you for your leadership, what you are doing for Volodymyr, but of course also all the European countries. That from today onwards, we get this thing to an end as soon as possible. I really want to thank you for your leadership, what you are doing for Volodymyr, but of course also all the European colleagues. It is really crucial. And the fact that you have said, I'm willing to participate in the security guarantees is a big step. It's really a breakthrough, and it makes all the difference. So also thank you for that.
Well, NATO also has agreed from 2% to 5%, which is something that is a massive amount of money. And it's 2% that wasn't always paid to 5% that is paid. That's a big difference. And so we appreciate that. That was a great move. Thank you very much. Ursula, maybe on behalf of the Commission, you could say a couple of words.
Yes. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's a very important moment. Indeed, we are here, Europeans, as friends and allies. We had a fantastic NATO summit. Together as the 2 largest and biggest economies in the world. We had the largest trade deal ever agreed. And now we are here to work together with you on a just and lasting peace for Ukraine. Stop the killing. This is really our common interest, stop the killing. And indeed, it's very good to hear that we're working on the security guarantees, Article 5 lies security guarantees, so important. But I want to thank you also that you mentioned the thousands of Ukrainian children that have been abducted. And as a mother and grandmother, every single child has to go back to its family. This should be one of our main priorities also in these negotiations, to make sure that the children come back to Ukraine, to their families.
Thank you. And we did. I was just thinking we're here for a different reason, but we just a couple of weeks ago made the largest trade deal in history. So that's a big thing, and congratulations. That's great. Thank you very much.
It really is important for, preserving Earth, preserving humanity, and just overall our sanity to find a deal between Russia and Ukraine. Unfortunately, there's nothing that any of us can do. It's all literally it hinges on Trump, and he's going to do the impossible. He's going to set up an actual trilateral meeting between Putin and Zelensky, who are currently at war, which is bananas to think about. I personally, if I had, wave a magic wand and it happened my way, I'd let them sit down in a podcast studio and have, at least an hour, 2 hours to discuss all of this and hash it out for everybody to see. But that's my own personal bias. Joe Rogan as maybe the mediator of what's going on, and then Trump there too. So, but that's just obviously a little silly to think about, but not out of the realm of possibilities.
Mr. Chancellor from Germany, a very great leader.
Mr. President,
Please.
dear Donald, many thanks for having us today. I think this is extremely helpful that we are meeting and hearing the two of.
Look at Italy. She keeps rolling her eyes, going, "Oh my goodness, here we go again." Everyone's fakely kissing his butt.
You are having such a good meeting today here in Washington. The next steps ahead are the more complicated ones now. The path is open. You opened it last Friday. But now the way is open for complicated negotiations. And to be honest, we all would like to see a ceasefire, the latest from the next meeting on. I can't imagine that the next meeting would take place without a ceasefire. So let's work on that, and let's try to put pressure on Russia, because the credibility of these efforts we are undertaking today are depending on at least a ceasefire from the beginning of the serious negotiations from next step on. So I would like to emphasize this aspect and would like to see a ceasefire from the next meeting, which should be a trilateral meeting wherever it takes place.
Well, we're going to let the president go over and talk to the president, and we'll see how that works out, and if we can do that. I will say, and again I say it, in the 6 wars that I've settled, I haven't had a ceasefire. We just got into negotiations, and one of the wars was, as you know, in the Congo was 31 years long. Another one that we settled last week with 2 great countries was 35 years going on, and we had no ceasefire. So if we can do the ceasefire, great. And if we don't do a ceasefire, because many other points were given to us, many points were given to us, great points. Please, Georgia, go ahead.
Well, thank you very much, Donald, Mr. President, for hosting us today in this important meeting. And I think it is an important day, a new phase.
Okay, so there you go. I think that there is a little bit of progress and a little bit of hope towards America brokering a proper deal between the big bad Russia, at least that's what they're being deemed as, and this, little puppy dog, fully innocent Ukraine. And I think that we just need to stop. We need to stop sending money to Ukraine. Trump needs to push for this deal to happen, because, to be honest, even in Canada, we're bleeding ourselves dry of our money to support Ukraine. It's just not a feasible thing. We all got to start, working on our own countries and, support our own people. And hopefully the wars can just stop with the president of the United States.